Synesthesia and wisdom, surrendering to the mysteries of a dream of red mansions. Where does one begin when discussing Cao Xueqin's immortal classic, A Dream of Red Mansions? As with all truly monumental works of literature, attempting a review is rather like herding squirrels in a hurricane. One risks losing all sense of coherence and direction. Let us start our journey then, at the end, with the novel's enigmatic conclusion that ties reality and dream into more knots than an old schooner's rigging. It is an ending so ambiguous it puts Schrödinger's cat to shame. Is the whole epic merrily the deathbed ramblings of the stone, or does it portray truths more profound than any philosopher could fathom? Only Cao Xueqin held the answers. And in a cruel twist of fate, most ironic, he took them with him to the grave. From here we zoom forward through time and space to the novel's famed starting point. We find the Jia family in the midst of their lavish existence, attended by servants so numerous one could staff a small country with their numbers. And at the center of it all towers the imposing edifice of Rongguo Mansion, a veritable labyrinth that puts ancient Crete to shame. One wonders, did Daedalus himself oversee its confounding construction? Its halls hold more secrets than the Vatican and twist in on themselves like an Ouroboros devouring its own tail. It is within this bewildering sight that the story's panoply of characters commence their theatrical pageant. We are introduced to the cousins Baoyu and Daiyu, whose intense connection could power all of China, yet leaves them star-crossed in the way of Dante and Beatrice. Meanwhile, Baoyu's servant girl Lisette proves more cunning than a platoon of Macbeths, as through guile and manipulation, she rises to a station rivaling the Queen of Sheba. Other figures flit through Rongguo's elaborate dance. The rotund and oblivious Granny Liu, spouting aphorisms as if engaged in an endless version of the chanting game She Sells Seashells. The crass and entitled Sister Zhao, possessed of a cruelty that would make Caligula blush. And shifty Cousin Zhen, a man as hard to pin down as an eel coated in oil. Each character serves to further entangle the mansion's Byzantine plot lines like stitches in a Gordian knot. It is at this stage that the reader finds themselves well and truly lost, like Theseus in the Minotaur's labyrinth. Logic and reason have long since fled. All that remains is to marvel at the tapestry Cao Xueqin has so ingeniously woven. We are but voyeurs peering into this parallel reality where the rules of time, space, and even physics hold no meaning. This brings us to the novel's deeper philosophical questions, which resist simplistic answers. Is the whole panoply some grand metaphor for the cycles of karma and reincarnation? A sly parody of Confucian social structures? A dreamlike meditation on the fluid boundary between illusion and truth? Only Cao Xueqin can provide the answers. And as noted, he unfortunately succumbed to the one mystery no one can solve, the riddle of mortality. In the end, all one can say is that A Dream of Red Mansions defies categorization. It is literature, philosophy, and psychedelic acid trip rolled into one. Through absurdity and contradiction, it illuminates profound mysteries, much as a prism deconstructs white light into its chromatic components. Perhaps ambiguity and paradox were the only fitting devices for such a work, one that continues perturbing minds for centuries after its creation, in a way deceptively simple on first inspection, yet impossible to fully plumb even after 1,000 rereadings. It is a true masterpiece for the ages, though trying to critique it is rather like reviewing the sea or dissecting a rainbow. The experience simply defies reduction to words on a page. All we can do is surrender to its mysteries and marvel at the genius of Cao Xueqin, an author who has stretched the very limits of the novel form. In the end, absurd feels too narrow a term for such a work. Perhaps transcendently nonsensical captures its essence better. I hope this rambling review has provided some entertainingly disorienting insights into what is truly an unclassifiable work of literary sorcery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must hurry off to reconstruct my shattered perception of reality elsewhere. Bon voyage.